This is a perfect example of what folks don't understand. Their cognitive dissonance won't let them entertain the idea that their trusted sources, in this instance NASA, could be lying. Everyone knows that if you question things like the Captain Kirk show, you're going to be taken down.
Remember, regardless of who you vote for, the bombs keep dropping and the debt keeps climbing, and they still run the show. Are we awake yet?
I mean, it's a way of changing your norms. You have free speech? No, you don't, because you're at work. And if you go to your working place, you're not allowed to do and act a certain way. You lose your freedoms. Oh, if I come over here and post a video on a platform that was created and funded by taxpayer dollars, essentially, YouTube was created by some dude and then bought out by Google, that was created by DARPA, so it's our tax dollars. Yet it's in America, but hey, we've got guidelines. You're not allowed to say this or that. You're not allowed to question what you've seen, even if your real world experience proves to you that what we're telling you can't be correct.
Could be going to jail today. I knew there was something in there. All y'all are shaking. Everyone take a seat on the gunnel, something. Let's start with, where's everyone's IDs? Is there any weapons on the boat?
No, sir.
How old is everyone?
18. 19. I'm 18.
Alright. So obviously we got undersized, we got the Goliath in there. I think y'all are shaking. All y'all are shaking like a leaf. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Imagine taking a bunch of 18-year-olds to jail because they caught a fish that was too big. As cops are not here to protect you. Cops are here to give you citations and put you in jail so you can give the government money.
Pretty much.
They're not here to serve and protect. Cops are not here to do anything you think that they're here to do. Their job is literally to harass people. Like, imagine that. You're literally not allowed to hunt without a license. You're not allowed to fish without a license, when these things literally provide food to families, right? Imagine telling somebody that they can't catch a fish that big. Why? Because it would feed another mouth? I'll have no idea how up our government is right now, right? I've already talked about it in the past. The Declaration of Independence is our foundation for the United States. The Constitution is just a government which we're allowed to abolish if they with us, right? But I digress. If the Second Amendment says we're allowed to bear arms, that means we don't need a permit. We don't need to conceal carry. We don't need to register the firearm because we have a right to bear arms. That's the Constitution. In case you don't know what the pursuit of happiness is, here you go. Now, how many laws do you know that's been created in the past 20 years that goes against all of this? So if I can't fish for my family without the government impeding me, that's against our pursuit of happiness. If I shoot a deer to feed my family and they take me to jail because I don't have a hunting license, that's against our pursuit of happiness. If I choose I want to be homeless and not pay taxes and they criminalize that and throw me in jail because I don't want to pay rent, that's against the pursuit of happiness. If I own a plot of land and I can't cut down trees or do anything on that property without asking the government first, that's against the pursuit of happiness. If I have to prove to the courts that I was unlawfully arrested instead of the courts proving that they have a right to arrest me, that's against the pursuit of happiness. You need to understand our government is out of control. The police are not there to protect you. The police are there to generate revenue for the government. The rules, laws, and legislation that they have been making goes against our fundamental rights as human beings under God. And we are allowed to do something about that.
We should go over this disruptions thing because if we want to ban somebody in the future, like to actually take them out, we have to point out and specifically say who's being banned.
We're going to say it's wrong, so we can't do that. Can't. So no, I spent my first 6 months going through this. I wanted to give people like probation. Like, you can't come.
And that is a government official getting caught on a hot mic trying to stop your ability to protest your government, your freedom of speech, your right to assemble, your right to say, I don't want that at a public meeting. They're rigging it against you, caught red-handed, And then as we'll see, they just have you arrested. Like this man right here.
What's Bill's response? You all are going to work with terrorists? What's going on?
You need to leave. Ask to leave. This is a public meeting. Okay. You can give me Sarah. You can have to leave. On what grounds?
Right now.
I said on what grounds?
Arrest him.
Can you get my folder, please?
And that's what happens. You go against the government. They change the rules on you, as we saw right there, right before that. They're trying to change the rules to where they can just kick you out, ban you from a public meeting, or just have you arrested. And what's wild is law enforcement goes along with it.
Same here in Canada, too.
No protests, no, hey, he's got the First Amendment right to stand up there and speak. If you go watch that whole video, I think it was over just a few seconds, and they just rigged it to where they could just have him arrested. That's what these officials are doing. They're cramming it down our throats, and if you listen to the President of the United States, we should just shut up and take it.
You have the communities that really want the data centers. And frankly, those are the smart communities because it means tremendous numbers of jobs, very little actual disruption. And the ones that don't want it, you know, the happiest people in the world are foreign countries, number one, and number two, other communities within our country because they're begging for them.
I haven't seen too many communities begging for it because we all know what is coming. No jobs, polluted water, bulldozing all the forests. Whereas if we just caught a fish that's a half-inch too long, they'll arrest us. They can plow the entire forest under, all to surveil us, sell our data somewhere. We all know what's coming. We read the book. But yet, the politicians want to gaslight us. They want to arrest us. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. This is just an opinion, you know, from my living room here, okay? I'll know your thoughts.
Because anyone knows that if I shoot a big animal like an elk in the neck, it's going straight through. I've done it. Went right through it, right through the neck bone and everything, shattered everything. It dropped like a ton of bricks immediately because it was paralyzed.
But in a way that's more palatable, maybe more dramatic, more enticing, and closer to what you'd rather believe. Give them bread and circuses, and they will never revolt. And that's exactly what this was. A circus, mounted with all the flair of a Vegas show to entertain and distract, full of dramatic devices and false sentiment, but bereft of all solemnity and respect.
Why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
To show the other students the section on the lunar landings. It's an old federal textbook. We've replaced them with the corrected versions.
Corrected.
Explaining how the Apollo missions were fake. Explaining how the Apollo missions were fake.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
In your face. In your face.
Pretty spin around the moon is an adventure.
Sun dumbass.
Okay, round earther. I want to stop.
In your face.
It's a flat plane. They go
dead flat land.
I was meditating. I mean, I could have said the world was flat.
You know what I think? I think you accidentally told the truth.
If Dr. Shuley believes that the world is flat, which he does, by the way.
Get all these medieval ideas out of your head. Clear the way for new ideas.
500 years ago, everybody knew the earth was flat.
In your face. In your face.
Cold out here.
Yeah, it is. It's like the South Pole.
It's like the deep South Pole, if there was one. There isn't, though.
No.
Change our idea that the world is flat. Why don't we fall off when we walk underneath it, sir? Because of a force called gravity. It's a natural force that keeps us all from flying off into space. We were always told that the world is flat.
You were told right. Don't listen to her. As far as the eye can see, the earth is flat.
Why is the plane doing this bendy thing?
You mean following the curvature of the Earth?
Map looks flat to me, so you can tell the pilot to fly straight.
Look, like, is the Earth flat? Like, I think most people think it's flat.
No, the Earth is flat. Oh, here we go. The Earth is flat. I think you needed some research on it, because it's right in front of our faces.
That's how they made up the Cold War, by sending Leica to space to fight Neil Armstrong while Cooper was faking the moon landing.
Zika virus very easily from biting somebody, and the world is flat.
That's right, Grover. This is the fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story. Made-up story. Made-up story. Made-up story. Made-up story. Made-up story. Made-up story.
That's going to happen with this stuff. I'm calling this a lie because we know the law of parallax is correct, real. It's not make-believe. But the make-believe is these jokers telling you that in 2023 they took a picture at the exact same moment in time in Tokyo and Houston and the moon only moved this much. I've got a plethora of video, first-hand, real-world pictures and video from observatories taken during the 2018 total lunar eclipse, where this particular crater is seen in one location here, another location over here, another location here, another one down here, all over the place. And I've only got one or two locations that are as far, if not a little bit farther than this. This is like 6,000 miles or more apart. And I've got locations that are a lot closer and it moves a lot more. So this is an obvious lie because parallax is a real thing. Anyone can go out and prove that is a real thing of science. But they're using this BS. See? To measure the distance of the moon. They're trying to tell you it's so far away that it barely moves. And I'm going to have this drawn up in AutoCAD at full scale to prove this is not true. Just as I've shown you NASA has lied about parallax and the moon, they also lie about the size of the sun, which has been proven by one of the largest flat earth truther channels out there from Indonesia named Boss Darling. He modeled up what NASA produced as far as an eclipse map for 2017, and look how they respond on July 2017 about this. A growing number of researchers, really it's YouTuber, okay, because he used AutoCAD, that it wouldn't work. It lasted too long. The eclipse was 5 hours long and it should have been done in 3 hours. So they can't say the Earth's too big because they've used their gravy tea to slingshot around to go to Mars, Jupiter, the moon, all that other garbage. So the only thing they can do is claim, oh, well, actually the sun is bigger. Scientists don't know the sun's size as precisely as the details of the Earth or the moon, making it a sticking point for perplexed eclipse modelers. They did a model, and that's the model they debunked. They're, you know, I mean, it's so stupid. But people don't want their illusion destroyed, so they're willing to say, oh, okay, the sun's bigger than we were told. No, I was told in school they had all this stuff figured out in the 1700s. They used shadows. They looked at this stuff. The shadow size changed between June and January by a certain amount when it was cast on the floor in some cathedral or something. And then they knew, we're closer to the sun by a few million miles. I mean, it's retarded. When we're freezing our butt off, we're closer. And they knew that because of the shadow it cast. And here in 2017, they're claiming they don't know how big it is. So allow me to take a clip from this hour-long presentation here. And you'll see they use Javier's model on Google Earth to prove the 2017 total solar eclipse lasted too long.
Website, the Great American Eclipse Path. NASA also provides external link for more details. This is a picture that destroys globe model if you understand what it means. First, let's find out the eclipse duration that began at the far west and ended at the far east. We're not looking for eclipse beginning and ending in one location, as there are so many locations. What we're looking is the beginning and ending of the whole eclipse happened on that day. You just click the path and they give you complete informations. See, the start of partial eclipse is 1555 UTC. Then the end of partial eclipse, 2055 UTC. Now we have credible data that total eclipse duration is 5 hours. Secondly, how far is that eclipse length? Take a look at the longitude. It started at 171.2 degree west and ended at 27.4 degree west. The eclipse length longitude is 143.7 degrees. Do you realize how far is 143.7 degrees in a globe? Let's copy-paste some coordinates from the eclipse site to Google Maps to measure the approximate distance. It's around 40,000 kilometers. Now, apply it to the globe map. See, the eclipse distance, 143.7 degrees, is already 40% of the Earth's circumference. So, within 5 hours of eclipse, out of 24 hours a day, or around 20% of the day, somehow, miraculously, the shadow length covers 40% of the globe. Let's make a scale model now to understand that the eclipse length of 143.7 degrees is mathematically and geometrically impossible. We've made scale model of the eclipse using AutoCAD. In this video, I'm collaborating with many people from Flat Earth 101 community. You have seen the work of Najwa and Angoraji, specially made for you. For this AutoCAD, I want to make it as precise as possible, so I collaborate with people from the community again, this time with Tejo. He's a successful architect who is very familiar with AutoCAD. And he's not alone. People in his office also help us to make this model. They are flat earthers too. These are the assumptions I took from mainstream science database. We made this model based on that official data at that particular date and that particular spot as referred by NASA. Let's start with the Earth. Of course we can make it pretty with 3D Earth, but that's not our objective now. It's not about beauty, it's about precision. The Earth radius and diameter are precise according to heliocentric data. These 5 lines represent the Earth's rotation for 5 hours, the eclipse duration. Each line represents 15 degrees. 5 lines equal to 75 degrees. The 0 point represents the first second of the eclipse. The Earth rotates anticlockwise from west to east. So if you are standing over here at 0 point, in 5 hours you'll be over there. Now let's go to the moon. It's 30 Earth diameters away. The Earth is a small circle over here, and the moon is over there. Let's zoom in. This is the moon at 0 point when the first second of partial eclipse started.
Now look at what version they're operating in, 2015. Okay?
These 5 moons lines represent its movements every hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. This is the moon's radius and diameter according to standard heliocentric. This is the moon's traveling distance every hour. Within 5 hours, it travels 18,415 kilometers. That's the linear speed. But the orbit is so big, 29.5 days, and 5 hours means almost nothing. So if you draw a line from the moon's axis to the Earth's axis, this 18,415 kilometers is only 2.55 degrees angular speed on Earth. It's hard to see at this true scale. Let's split it into two screens, the moon on your left side, the Earth on your right side. This is the 0 point. When the first partial eclipse happened, the line goes to 0 point on Earth. In 5 hours, the moon will be over there. If you're standing on Earth over here, 5 hours later, you will rotate from west to east and you'll be over here. You will see the moon is setting to the west due to Earth's rotation. Exactly like you've seen at mooncalf, you add time, the moon goes to the west. And the elevation angle is subtracted from 90 degrees to around 75 degrees in 1 hour. For 5 hours, it would be around 18 degrees near the horizon, almost setting. This is the proof that it's the angular speed that applies. What about the linear speed? After 5 hours, the moon's position is over here. We draw straight linear lines from the moon. Where do the lines fall on Earth? Man, it's far outside the Earth. Theoretically, linear speed is wrong. After 5 hours, you will see the moon is setting to the west. In reality, you don't see the moon is over here, like it's setting to your east. The moon is over there, near the horizon, setting in the west. The funny thing is, even though the moon is over here, setting in the east, the shadow will fall outside the Earth. If you use angular speed, eclipse shadow moves from east to west, the opposite of reality. If you're using linear speed, the moon sets in the east, and the shadow falls outside the Earth after a few hours. Any which way, they're wrong. It really doesn't work on the globe model. Shadow speed, we've been through this. Their own science says the eclipse shadow speed is the same as the moon speed itself. Look once again at their eclipse shadow speed. The shadow is never faster than the moon speed. The shadow knows. Poor globe model. Let's be generous to them. Give the globe model a generous discount. Let's start not from 90 degree elevation, but instead from 0 degree like we have solar eclipse at 6 a.m. in the morning. You can't even see the sun at horizon level. Then you have 5 hours eclipse. And still, if using linear speed, the shadow goes outside the Earth. Do you know why it fails? Because you can't get 5 hours eclipse on the globe model. The moon would travel 18,415 kilometers, while the Earth's diameter is only 12,742 kilometers. That would make the moon half Earth outside the Earth. This is real fantasy, folks. Congratulations. Based on their official data, you just found a fatal error on the globe model. Now let's see the eclipse movement with 3D model. You can use solar system scope. It's supposed to be correct according to heliocentric model. The time, speeds, directions, and eclipse duration are to scale. Only the sizes are not to scale. They make them bigger to make it easier for you to see the movements. Set your time to August 21st, 2017 at 3:55 p.m. UTC. We'll run it for 5 hours, scaled to about 5 seconds. It's gonna be quick, but we can replay it. The time will be 3:55 p.m. to 8:55 p.m. Please focus on the Earth's rotation speed and direction. Also the moon's orbital speed and direction. See which one is faster. Ready? Go! You see that the Earth's rotation is faster. Let's zoom in. The moon is almost like not moving. That means they're using angular speed. The Earth's rotating at 15 degrees per hour. The moon's traveling at 0.51 degrees per hour. With this angular speed, to which direction the shadow goes? Because the Earth is spinning faster to the east, the moon's shadow goes the opposite direction, from east to west. Exactly like Najwa has shown you, only this 3D animation is using true scale of speeds according to heliocentrism. But don't trust CGI cartoons. Let's make a real-life model now. This time, I collaborate with Pupu. He is a technical engineer and a very diligent researcher. He made our previous AutoCAD scale model into real-life model. This is the Earth and the Moon's model to scale. This is the Moon's traveling distance in 5 hours, and this is the Earth's rotation in 5 hours too. This is the Earth-Moon distance. You remember those angular lines. The Moon travels 18,415 kilometers, but is only 2.55 degrees from the Earth's axis. That's the true sizes, distances, and speeds according to heliocentric model. Assisted by Damar as cameraman, we put 3 cameras on the model. First one is above the Earth to see the Earth's rotation angles. Second camera is above the Moon to see the Moon's traveling distance and angles. Third one is behind the Moon to see where the shadow falls in 5 hours time scale. Remember, we're not looking for the eclipse shadow size. The source of light with this scale should be 475 meters or almost half kilometers away, and the lamp diameter should be 4.36 meters. It's irrelevant for this purpose because we're just looking at the shadow's direction, not the shadow size. We start from the 0 point where the eclipse starts. You see the Earth is at 0 degree position and the Moon is also at 0 degree position. The shadow is slightly to the west of the Earth because the eclipse started at 15:55 UTC or 10:55 local time in the morning. If you stand on that shadow point on Earth, you would see the Moon is slightly to the east, where the Moon rises as appears on Earth. Now the Earth rotates for 15 degrees. The Moon is moving 3,683 kilometers, but only 0.51 degree from the Earth's axis. See where the shadow falls? Oops, it's not angular speed, but linear speed. This is a disaster for the globe model. Yes, it means the shadow moves from west to east, but it means the Moon is setting to the east, and within 3 hours, the shadow will go outside the Earth. Second hour. Third hour. You see the shadow already falls outside the Earth. Fourth hour. It's more than the Earth diameter. This is the 5th hour. The shadow goes half Earth outside the Earth. That solar eclipses always happen in new moon, and lunar eclipses always happen in full moon. They knew well that during solar eclipses, the moon's position is at the nearest point to the sun. Yet, they never thought it's the moon that eclipsing the sun. This is very interesting. Since kids, we've been told and educated in schools that solar eclipses are caused by the moon, and moon eclipses are caused by the whole Earth's shadow. A theory without any single proof, but taught in schools like a fact. Babylonians, however, observed the sky much more often and more careful than us. They didn't have internet and cable TV or social media to chat. They had the luxury of time to live in harmony with nature. Why didn't they think it's the moon that eclipsing the sun? First, because they knew there are so many unseen celestial bodies in the sky. Second, because they knew the moon is behind the sun. If the moon is in front of the sun, you would see the moon is getting close to the sun before eclipses, right? But you never see it. Let's use our logics here. Why can't you see the stars during daytime? Because the sun is too bright, right? And because the stars are behind the sun. There is no star between the sun and the earth, even according to heliocentrism. All stars are behind the sun. The sun is very bright at daytime, therefore you can't see the stars during daytime. But the moon is 400 times closer than the sun, according to heliocentrism. The moon is between the earth and the sun when it's new moon, and it's behind the earth when it's full moon. Sometimes you can see the moon very clear in the morning. So why can't you see the moon when it's new moon? Because the sun is too bright? Hell no. you can see every single objects in front of the sun during daytime. You can see the clouds, airplanes, birds, etc. Sometimes you can see the moon in the sunlight. So why can't you see the moon when it's new moon? Because the moon is in unseen position? No, it's not correct either. Even in heliocentrism, the moon is near the sun during the new moon. So why you never see the moon when it's new moon? Because the moon is behind the sun at the time of the new moon. Third, Babylonians who invented solar cycle never thought the sun is eclipsed by the moon because they knew the moon's body can't eclipse the sun.
Now think about what he just said there logically. You can video stars shining through the moon, but never will you video a star shining through the sun. There they are. See the stars shining through the moon. That's right, it's in the flags of some countries. See all that?
Ancient people were aware of many unidentified celestial bodies that sometimes can be seen with naked eyes. Only a dark celestial body can eclipse the sun out of nowhere. Just like lunar eclipses are caused by other celestial bodies, so are solar eclipses.
This was filmed on a plane. Several people saw
Babylonians
that.
called it the planet of crossing, planet X, dark sun, if you will. And so do every cultures in the world. In India, they call it Rahu and Ketu. In Java, Indonesia, they call it Batara Kala. Not because ancient people are stupid, but because they really use their senses. Their senses told them it's not the moon eclipsing the sun, it's a dark sky object that can absorb light.
But after 13 years of brainwashing through the educational system, we're not taught to think critically, only repeat the information they told us. So when they tell you it's the moon blocking the sun, you don't question it. And then they tell you a further lie by claiming if you look at this with your own eyes, you'll go blind, you'll damage your eyes. I could show you a video of me videoing and watching the entirety of the 2024 solar eclipse. I'm not blind, my eyes aren't damaged, I watched the entire thing. And I've had curveballers tell me I wouldn't do that if I was you. I don't believe I'd do that. If you don't look at it with your own eyes, you'll think it is the moon because you're looking through a welding helmet. You can't see it in detail that you say, wait a minute, that's a smooth orb. There's no craters on that. That's a smooth, dark orb. They don't want you to see that fact.
It's not the Earth's shadow that eclipsed the moon either. It's a similar dark sky object. And you know what? They didn't just make theories. They calculated the cycle of these dark objects so accurate we still use today. Solar cycle. On the other hand, you don't use your own eyes and your own senses.
Right.
You just follow what NASA told you.
Remember, kids, wear your glasses.
This is just to open your mind. The world is not like they told you.
Allow me to present a little educational nugget here for you from the Ohio State Astronomy Department. 161, I think this was, lecture number 9 in this class. Look at their illustration and the amount of cognitive dissonance they want you to entertain to absorb the brainwashing. When they explain the umbra penumbra, or as I like to call it, the abracadabra shadow, they've got crossing light rays. But yet they tell you that all the objects, including the sun, are so far away the light is parallel when it comes to your eyes. They have to evoke crisscrossing light rays to produce the umbra penumbra. In this one here, they're illustrating the what the moon would look like. It's parallel here. See how they do it? They give you contradictions and then just move on. See, sunlight is straight again, and now it's hitting this and it crisscrosses. I've again shown this before. Look at this. And now look at this. Sigil of Satan. Truth, power, duality, magic. Mind control, people. Don't fall for the lies.
Do you know what Freemasons are? Listen, I'm not saying they're good or bad. I'm just saying they got gang signs. It's an outfit. It's a sign. It's a symbol. Eric Trump came out in the inauguration, clearly goes like this. On purpose. What do you think he's doing? The only thing missing was a gold chain, like, yeah, the club's in the house. And then his wife goes, boop, and he goes, look it up yourself. Not my Eric, not my administration, not my party, not, yes. Watch Fauci. They're showing you on television. There's 33 cases. There's 33 cases. 11 more makes 33 cases. There's now 13 cases, which now makes the total of 33. This is nonsense talk. For some, yes. For the some that are getting it, it's a spiritual war, and you know that. Whoa. Is that the Pope? But he's a godly man, no? He represents Christ. I'm not accusing. These are just wacky pictures. Isn't it amazing how out of all these pictures, they all thought creatively the same thing to do? It's amazing. Creativity. Gotta love it. You're not going to believe this. People from all over the place, they all do this together. You're kidding me.
Have you ever noticed that this world is completely fine with spirituality until you name the spirit? You could say the universe and they'll nod. You could say source energy and they might smile. You could talk about manifestation, karma, higher powers, mysticism, and this culture will applaud you. But the moment you say the name Jesus, the room goes cold, because this world isn't anti-religion. It's anti-Christ. It's never been anti-anything else. Think about it. Nobody mocks Buddha on primetime television. Nobody uses the name Muhammad as a swear word when they stub their toe. And nobody makes horror movies mocking ancient pagan deities. There seems to be a free pass for every ideology, every philosophy, and every lifestyle under the sun. But the moment truth steps into the room, this world rebels.
Facts.
This ain't some sort of wacky coincidence either. It's confirmation, my friend. Jesus looked his disciples in the eyes and gave them a message that echoes into your social media feed today. He said, if this world hates you, just know that they hated me first. The rage of this culture isn't actually directed at you. It's directed at the one living inside of you. They aren't fighting your opinions. They're reacting to his presence. You see, darkness doesn't fight darkness. Darkness only fights the light. So when they mock your faith, when they label your devotion as extreme, and when they try to cancel the cross, don't you dare hang your head. The spiritual hostility that you see every single day is the greatest proof that hell is terrified of the King of Kings. They can't stop shouting his name because they can't escape his authority. So stop trying to blend into this world that was designed to reject you. It has always been anti-Christ because he is the only one that can change everything. So stand firm because he already overcame this world.
Shocking update to the Tyler Robinson transfer lover case.
Did they admit it wasn't a 30 at 6?
The prosecution has a demonstrable, overwhelming case. They said that multiple times.
Overwhelming case.
It's already a case that is overwhelming.
It's how you get the Fed slap to stick. Say it enough and people start to repeat it.
I guess that's why they call us goy cattle.
Can you get an interview with some of the normies?
On it.
Isn't it weird that a 30-06 wouldn't leave an exit wound? You must not be a groiper. I think it was Tyler and has no connection to Israel. Like, at all.
What do you think about Erica's tight morning pants?
Leave the grieving CEO alone. The evidence is overwhelming.
So I guess let's not listen to the people who went to court saying the exact opposite thing. Roll the clip.
Benny Johnson saying it was HD 4K quality, zoomed in, Tyler Robinson clear as day, pulling the trigger. Like, that is the biggest lie I've ever heard. It is so not clear of who it is. It's so far away. It is not zoomed in. at all. And also Benny Johnson saying everyone in the courtroom gasped. That is also blatant lie. No one gasped. Like, that literally did not happen.
So to reiterate and to summarize what we've already said, the evidence presented this week just during the pre-trial evidentiary hearings in the Charlie Kirk assassin trial, the trial of Tyler Robinson, is the most overwhelming presentation that I have ever seen this early on during a legal proceeding in my entire life, life.
All right, so who's lying?
Definitely not the people who paved over the scene immediately after covering up the site.
That's Stan. We'll be back after a word from our sponsor.
Ready to get fat as shit?
Yes, sir.
Goislop Jr.'s Goislop Supreme is back. We listened and added more petrochemicals for more cancer.
I hate myself.
Goislop Jr. Enjoy cancer.
Wow, Goislop Supreme is my favorite.
You do love your bread and circuses, Bart.
Good thing I take cholesterol medication.